5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
9 weeks ago today, I decided I wanted to shuck in the National Oyster Shucking Competition in Leonardtown, but not against this guy. I wanted to do the amateur division. So for the past 9 weeks, I've been practicing every week to hopefully not embarrass myself when I go to this competition, and who knows, maybe even do well. Obviously the winner is the person that shucks the oysters in the fastest amount of time, but there are penalties if you do these things to the oysters, and those seconds will be added to your score. So when I started on week 1, I just wanted a baseline to see how fast I shucked 24 oysters. I thought I was going to be in like the 5 to 8 minute range. My first week was 10 minutes and 55 seconds. To put that in perspective, the winner last year shucked 24 oysters in under 2 minutes. At this point, I knew I had a lot of work to do, and by week 2, I was getting better. It wasn't anywhere near what I needed to be to even think about going pro. I was at 7 minutes. Week 3, a little bit more improvement as well. And I actually got under the 5-minute mark, which honestly, I was pretty impressed with because I wasn't sure if I could shuck them in under 5 minutes. Week 4, I got it down to 3 minutes and 52 seconds. And for week 5, I was a little bit higher than that at just over 4 minutes, but it was week 6 that I really felt like I hit my stride. Because not only did I finish in under 4 minutes, I actually finished shucking 24 oysters in under 3 minutes and 45 seconds. I never thought I would get to that level. But after this high, reality set in because on October 1st, I switched to Chesapeake Bay oysters because we were using these in the competition. Now these are wild caught Chesapeake Bay oysters, and because they're so irregular, it does make them a little bit harder to shuck. But I've shucked them a lot and I thought I was going to do just fine. The first one I had trouble with, and you can see instead of taking like that 10 seconds I want per oyster, it took me a good 15 seconds. And that pattern happened throughout week 7. It was a slog. The one good thing was I only had to shuck 12 of them because I figured out the amateur competition is only 12 oysters compared to the pro, which is 24. But to say that I was disappointed when I shucked these 12 oysters in 2 minutes and 47 seconds would be an understatement. This was only a minute less than what it took me to shuck 24 oysters before, and I shucked 12 more on that same day and ended up with really similar times. I'm not going to lie, at this point, I was super frustrated. I did some practice runs during week 8, going a little bit slower, but still, I just felt like I wasn't getting it. And during some practices, it almost took me the same amount of time to shuck 12 oysters as it did to shuck 24 oysters just a few weeks ago. But with 1 week out and a lot of practice between week 8 and week 9, this was my final practice run before the Oyster Festival.
Your oyster. Three done. That's a little sloppy. 4. Oh, stuck on my knife. 5. That was crazy. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12, and stop. Whew. That actually went well. That went really well.
And I'll be honest, at this point, I didn't know why I could shuck so much faster this day than all the other days with these Maryland oysters, but I was pretty happy because the oyster shucking competition was only 2 days away at this point. Well, the day has come. It is time for the U.S. Oyster Festival, and I'm going to go get registered for the amateur division right now. I've shown up at 11 o'clock because the people told me that I had to get here early enough to make sure that I could be a part of the amateur division. So I'm going to go in, get signed up, kind of check out a few things, then go get back and get my wife and son, and come back and compete in the amateur division. Little check-in here. I don't know how I feel. I feel a little bit nervous, but I don't feel nervous about the shucking itself. I feel nervous about being in front of a big crowd, which I know sounds kind of crazy because a lot of people, watch these videos, and I don't really have an issue with that. But for some reason, when I'm going to be up there, I'm going to be performing in front of people, that's just not my comfort zone. But let's go ahead and let's hope for the best. When I came back with my wife and son, the Oyster Festival was so packed, we had to ask some random person to park in their yard and actually walk to the festival. It was pretty neat because as we were walking there, I saw tons of people that follow the channel, and it was great to hear all the words of encouragement you guys had. As the competition got closer, I was pretty surprised just how packed the grandstands were, and while I was getting a little bit nervous, I was also ready just to get everything started.
Rob Scow, again, the serial killer in charge of the writing. The institutions cost a lot of money.
I guess whoever wrote my name down did a really poor job of writing it down because they had some issues pronouncing it. And also, just a reminder, here are some of the penalties that I may get as I shuck oyster and would be tacked on to my overall time. And after getting my area all set up, it was time to shuck.
So with that, the way we start our contest is when the shuckers are ready, they'll raise their knife, indicate readiness. Raise your knife if you're ready. Everybody's got a knife? Okay. All right, and then we check. Timer's ready. Okay, please help me. 5, 4,
3, 2, 1.
We don't get any music?
I just shot all 14 of them.
And to my surprise, I actually shucked these 12 oysters in 1 minute and 28 seconds. But where I place is going to depend on how many penalties that I get after the judges judge all the oysters that I shucked. When I got my tray back, I saw that I had 39 seconds worth of penalties because of oysters cut and oysters not cut from the shell. And honestly, at this point, I wasn't even sure if this was going to be good enough to hold on to second place.
Of the amateur round, in 7th place, we have Parker Brady Roy. And in 6th place, Shannon Pridgeon. And in 5th place, we have Don Roll. In 4th place, Chris Men with 2 minutes, 13.12 seconds. And in 3rd place, Roth.
We haven't told her.
I should have wrote down his real name with a time of 2 minutes, 7.62 seconds.
And that butchered name you just heard in 3rd place, that was supposed to be me. So my official time was 2 minutes and 7 seconds. And the 2nd place winner beat me by about 6 seconds. So those time penalties definitely hurt me. But honestly, I was still pretty happy with my score. And that's it. I mean, I'm happy with 3rd place overall. I was really happy with the fact that my raw time before penalties was 1 minute and 28 seconds, but one of the biggest takeaways I had from this whole thing was all the support I got from my wife and son, who were with me and every single week when I was practicing, encouraging me and giving me tips, to Sebastian Allen, the guy that actually won first place in the amateur division, and his brother is the world champion oyster shucker as well. They reached out and gave me all types of tips as well. And of course, you guys too, that cheered me on, not just when I was practicing shucking, but I was so shocked to see so many people at the Oyster Festival. And some people traveled from as far as like New Jersey and other places just to come see me. Look, this was wild. It was super fun. And I think for next year, with a little bit more practice, maybe I should just go for the pro division.